How's it going, everybody? It's Matt10. So I want to show this disconnect with the defensive line and the defensive midfield. I've been playing the PES 17 demo quite a lot. Those of you who have jumped on and joined the live stream, I appreciate that. But look at this. Look how the CDM is playing as if he's a center back, and he's basically marking the attacker staying right in front of him. It's a really strange animation, and you'll see that a couple times here. Real quick, the way this game is played in terms of the physics, the ball physics, emotion, interaction, all that stuff is fantastic. Just again, more ways to improve it. Here, and that was just a clip of what this looks like now from the perspective of the back line and the defensive midfielder. I mean, look right here again. They are so close to each other. For one, they're basically, they could hold hands if they wanted to here. It's really off-putting, and I can see it in my radar every time I play. Players really come close together. It's not the way they should be. They're basically caught in two minds. It's like we're attacking, but we're defending. That's not the purpose, of a back line in the attack. They're there for support, not to just defend an attacker who doesn't have the ball. And I see that a lot. In many occasions on different difficulties. This is on superstar difficulty. Here it actually looks okay. You can start to see the defensive line start to move up, the center back there move up, past the halfway mark. And that's another thing I've seen as well. The defenders don't really move past the halfway mark regardless of the attack level. The only time I really see it is when they're on the highest attack level. Not level 4, but level 5. But it's a very odd looking animation. It just seems to me screams disconnect. It reminds me of FIFA 15 almost. PES 16 did the same thing, and I don't think it's going to be remedied for PES 17. It may be too late to adjust this. I think they're just hard coded into defending all the time. So when they're in their attack, they actually stay in that defensive mindset, of defending the attacker versus actually being there for support. Now here again, this is really interesting. Look at Aaron Ramsey there as the CDM when Arsenal have the ball. That's a really strange animation. Again, you can see he's the CDM, yet he's playing like a center back. I know it's probably because Coquelin has moved up, but still, that's really strange. It's really, again, the disconnect is the name of the theme here. But again, when it's in motion, it looks fantastic, and I think some things we get engrossed in it, and we don't see some of the issues, in particular the defensive shape, and then the shape of the attack. Here's another one with Atletico Madrid. Juanfran here is kind of who I'm focusing on, but I'm looking across the line, and look how completely in sync they are in terms of across the line, and then you see the players in the supposed attack. They're really not even occupying the right side of the pitch, and they're more closer to the half field line more than anything. This is something I see on various attacking levels, varying difficulties as well. It just, again, the word is disconnect. It's like the front line is disconnected from the mid line. Mid line's disconnected from the defensive line, right? It's really strange, and it makes the game play really open. And you don't see a lot of physicality as much as there could be. Just imagine if this was fixed, you'll see physicality like crazy. You'll take complete advantage of all the amazing ball physics that are in this game, and just the interactions and, like I said, the emotions of it. It can be very engrossing, but some of it can be really off-putting. And the defensive shape is one of those, especially when they're defensively in the attack. Now here again, I love seeing the play in action. I love my broadcast camera too. But here we're looking at Mertesacker's positioning. And again, all throughout the line there, the width of the line there, Aaron Ramsey is like right beside him as if he's playing center back. I guarantee you this was not in the 90th minute winning 1-0. This is early in the match. And yet the positioning, again, is just off the mark. They're not playing the supporting role as they should, and they should be more spread out you know, the defensive line, they should be also more staggered. Instead, they're kind of really more very narrow and then very straight across the line. I think it's almost robotic, for lack of a better word. And here I'm just kind of scrolling through everybody's positions, and I like the runs off the ball. I think sometimes they go forward a little too much for my liking. And you can see that from the animations. It's like a wind sprint back and forth. I've talked about that in the attack and the defensive level videos. But here again with the defensive line, see here, they're in the attack, right? This is Atletico Madrid in the attack. Now, I'm trying to see what they look like in the transition. So here, it's basically a loose ball. Now it's recovered, okay? And now they're about to lose it because trying a through pass here. And I'm really just paying attention to see the reactions, of course. I like the run there. That's actually going to work out. But then here we look at the defensive line again. They're too close together, and they're not high enough. Now, I know you got what you guys are thinking. Defensive line, we can adjust that in the game. But you can't adjust it for the computer constantly, right? You can do a whole bunch of edits outside of the in-game, outside of off the pitch, but that's a lot of work. So if you're just plugging and playing, you're just going to play right away, you're not going to be able to see those benefits, what defensive line increase can do. But even then, I really don't think increasing the defensive line is going to be the answer. So I wanted to finish off this video with showing a rare penalty kick given up by the computer. Again, the physics are amazing in this game. It makes it so hard to just, go play anything else. I had to try to fix the defensive line via PES 16, and I couldn't fix it. I think it's hard-coded, honestly, even increasing the defensive line. So if they didn't learn from PES 16 and nobody mentioned it, I don't know if I'm the first one or not. I doubt it, but at the same time, it needs the attention big time, My number one concern was the attack defensive level, not having a transition there. I think if that's accomplished, we'll be okay. But then the defensive line is going to be really tough to ignore, especially if you look down at that radar and you see one attacker and you see 4 defenders all marking them when you're deep into the attack. So, guys, that's all I have on this video. Like, comment, subscribe, take care, and stay tuned. Appreciate it, guys. Have a great one. Look at all the players there. The minute I get control of the ball as Boca, they are all sprinting back as if they've lost something, as if they're playing tag, and they're kind of scared of Boca Juniors for some reason. This is Arsenal, and they're scared.